Yo, crypto nation and mining family, what is going on out there? What up, what up, what up? All you happy hashers out there. Hope you all are having a great day. It's almost the end of the week. Yo, you can smell Fridays around the corner. That Friday sensation is, you can smell it in the air. So, but let's get on to today's topic, guys. So, this bad boy here was very upset this morning. Extremely angry. So I caught this thing sitting there trying to live life at about 90 degrees Celsius. That's a scotch too hot. This is a shunt modded card. Hopefully the shunt mod is not to blame on this. Otherwise, I might have to take the shunt mod off of this, and hopefully it's not damaged. But the first thing that I'm going to do, guys, is rethermal paste this. So I have no idea if maybe this had a bad mount, because the other one's doing okay. I had to turn down the frequency on that one a little bit since I updated the miner. But this one has stayed consistently upset ever since. So hopefully it's not a shunt mod issue, and it's just the thermal paste on this, and I got copper mods on this. So we're going to be taking off the cooler on this, clean it up really good, and dive right on in. So if you guys are excited to see the under the hood on this, what regular maintenance on an A2000 is, certainly smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. And let's dig in. All right, so here is a nice close look at the PNY A2000. See, PNY, all that good stuff. So this is the front side of it. There's no screws that you got to worry about up here. Everything is either going to be, there are two screws here, one here, and one there. And then we have all these on the back. All those perimeter screws are what hold the cooler shroud on with the fan. And then this whole spring bracket is what holds down the actual cooler to the die. I'm not a big fan of how this spring system mounts the cooler on there. Very well could be that we have a little bit of a funky mount on here. This thing did have kind of like a crooked mount whenever I pulled it off originally. So we're going to see if we have the same thing. Now, again, this is shunt modded. I'll show you the shunt mod once I break off this cooler, guys. So let's dig in. For you, it will be seamless. It will look just like that. Shrouds off. That's good. We have that all apart now. And the cooler, I have the spring off, as you see right there. And I just got to take this cooler off, and you can see right down here, this is my copper mod on the memory itself. And if you look over here, this here is the shunt mod. So there are two, oh, my hand's just shaking away here. Let me stabilize my hand. So here is the shunt mod, guys. So this little bad boy there is allowing the memory modules to get a little bit more juice. So I'm thinking that somewhere around here, the pads are thermal paste is probably dried up on here, and it's causing a lot more heat to get saturated into the cooler itself. Hopefully, it's not a damaged A2000. Let's go ahead and strip that off. Bam, just like that. We got the cooler off. We can see we got paste on the memory modules, on all of them. I'll have to clean that up. We have paste on the cooler itself. And it's, see that how like right there, there's no coverage. So I think the paste has moved away and we've got a bad mount, guys. Yo, that's what I was talking about. That is the sign that I was looking for why I had out of control temperatures. Right there, this is why. So we're gonna go ahead and clean all of this up. Here's my copper mod on here. I'll have to clean all of this up, redo all of that, and then get it all back together, and it should fix the problem. And you can see that, we had good dye coverage. I had plenty of paste down there. So the next time you see this, it'll look all nice and clean. All right, check that out. Memory modules are all cleaned. I cleaned the core itself. Yo, check out how shiny that is. Yeah, GA106. There's my copper mod, guys. So this lays right on over the memory modules, just like this, but I got to put thermal paste on the top and the bottom of this copper, and then I could put thermal paste on the core and slap that clean cooler back on. Yo. So the next time you'll see this, it'll have paste on there. All right, we got the thermal pastes on everything. Got that thermal grizzly, so we got the pink stuff. I put a little bit on this side and not here. It was easier to put it over here than on here with trying to keep it clean. I didn't want to make a big old mess. This was a little easier to do over here just because I had more room. So bam. Now we're going to go ahead and put the cooler on just like that. Now we got the cooler on. We can go ahead and get the shroud back on here and get it back to mining. So let's go ahead and put the shroud back on right now. All right, now that this thing is back together, let's see if this thing will hash. Dead. It's dead. So basically what ended up happening is I shut modded this thing a while back. If you guys didn't see that video, I only did one of the two shunt mods on this. So I only did the front side shunt mod, not the back side one. So I wasn't pumping this thing full of voltage everywhere. So I had updated some software in Hive, and coincidentally right at the same time, whenever it uploaded, the thermals on this thing started coming out of control. I shut the rig down, figured, must be the thermal paste, must be dried up, or I have a bad mount on this thing finally resurfacing itself, and rethermal pasted everything, put it back together as you guys saw, and put this thing back onto the rig, and I get NV tool error. So what that is really concluding is that the BIOS chip is now corrupted or dead. So what I'm suspecting that happened with this, with the shunt mods on this, is that because of the BIOS chip seeing higher than expected voltages, so over time that higher voltage degraded the BIOS chip in there until basically it lost communication outward. I looked at the the VGA core itself on this. Everything looks good. I don't smell anything that let out the magic smoke out of this. So the only conclusive thing, because I'm getting an NV tool error right now, is that the BIOS chip on this thing has taken a nosedive. So I will be seeing if I can grab another BIOS chip in this and see if this is recoverable. If not, this is going to go up onto the wall of the how can I put it? Be like the wall of memories. I don't know if I'll say if this is unfixable. I'll probably end up sending this down to the facility, and this will go onto the broken wall of dead parts. I've already got one. We got one motherboard on there, not from us. But it came into our possession, so we put it on. We put it onto the wall of shame. Um, this will go onto the wall of shame too. For it's a shame that it broke. It had such a short life. Um, Too bad. It's like I spent a pretty good penny on these things new, so sucks that it broke. I'm hoping I could fix it. I'm hoping that BIOS chip and then a BIOS flash on this thing, and it's good to go. Otherwise, yeah, this thing is like dead in the water. Just gets hung on a wall, and all that good stuff. Now, I did unshunt mod the other one that I have here too, because I had this one and the other one shunt modded. That one was starting to have some weird temperature issues too, so I unshunt modded it. I didn't rethermal it. I just unshunt modded it, and the temperature started climbing up real quick. So I put it I limited the power on there, and temps came straight down. So I can tell you right now that A2000's BIOS chip is also hurt. So definitely there's a communication problem once you overvolt the card a little bit. So careful with that if you guys are playing with your A2000s and you've got them shunt modded. Keep an eye on your temperatures as you are going onto more core intensive algorithms. It's going to start flowing more power than you realize through these things. And that higher than expected voltage will have degradation on these. Not on the VGA core itself and not on the memory modules. Like I said, that seems to, through all of the multimeter testing that I've done so far, it seems to be checking out okay. But it is definitely not communicating out properly. So everything being checking out okay, my logical conclusion is that the controller on this for the BIOS itself has taken a bork, because it's giving me an NV tool error, which would directly go towards the drivers. I've updated drivers on everything. I've put drivers to where they recommend them at. I've done a lot of different things, seeing in software if I can get this thing to start communicating once again. I can put it onto the board that the other one's communicating no problem on. I still get an NVLink error on that. So the only thing that could be at that point is that this is where my issue is. So unfortunately, I got to do some more research and see if I can actually swap out the BIOS chip on this, flash the original BIOS onto this, and get this thing back up and working. If not, like I said, it's parts. So moral of the story is, if you have shunt modded your A2000s, you might want to consider undoing it. Just saying. Word of the wise. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I did. I shunt modded my other one, just for safety. So with that being said, hope you found this informative. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Peace out, stay savage, and I'll see you on the next one.